Video is not sponsored. I didn't get paid by Wandrd to make this video at all. Just doing it because I love the bag and I've been using it for a year. So yeah, what is up everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Matt and today I'm going to be talking about this. The Wandrd PRVKE 31. Now, I've talked about this bag before, but I've had it for a year now, at least a year now. And I want to just note a couple things that I've noticed in my time using it. So yeah, let's get started. So in this video, I'm not going to be highlighting kind of the obvious things that most people do. I'm just going to kind of give like a consumer use, standpoint and viewpoint on this bag. So the first thing that I've really come to like about this bag is the multi-use application you can have for this. I've used it for work, I've used it for day trips, I've used it for hiking, and I've even taken it on vacation, as you can see from the stickers that I have here. The reason that I've mentioned the multi-use application of this bag first off is because that was kind of the reason that I got the bag in the first place. The roll top really got me because I could easily kind of, stuff a bunch of clothes in there, snacks, whatever I need to, a lot of food, because snacks kind of go in the top pocket here, but a lot of food, pretty much whatever I needed to get through the day, or I could just roll it up and not need it at all. And then below that, there's a bunch of customization with a bunch of different pockets that we'll get into later, but the multi-use application and how easily accommodating it is for really any situation is why I really like this bag. So like I said, I take it to work with me. I put my laptop in there. I have this small black case, dob kit thing, I guess they're called. I don't know, that I use. I have a laptop stand that I pop in there. Obviously my laptop, my camera gear, some notepads, my audio recorders, my press pass, pens and pencils, all sorts of things. And it all fits in here rather nicely. When I go on vacation, I kind of just strip all that stuff apart. Well, strip it out, except for the camera gear. I might add some stuff actually. and then yeah, I'll pack some clothes in there. And then in the front compartment here, I can put all my toiletries because this is a nice, just big front zipper that I can stuff all of my things in there. But yeah, that's kind of the nice thing about this is that you can really just kind of refit it and reformat it to whatever you need. And that's why I love using this bag for pretty much any time that I need to have a lot of gear with me or that I'm going out for, a decently sized trip day thing. So moving on from the multi-use, the thing that makes the multi-use so possible is the amount of customization that you have with this bag. And I mean true customization, because this bag really can do anything. It's not like other camera bags where it's just one big massive cavity of space and then you kind of mix and match things to make it work. There's actually well thought out organization within this bag to really kind of just make things work the way that they should and the way that you want them to, which is why, again, I really like this bag. The reason that this customization works so well is because of the camera cube that you can get with it. Now with the 21, you actually get a smaller camera cube than the one that I have here, but it's essentially the same cube, same layout, just for a smaller bag. Now the reason that this camera cube is so nice is because not only do I use it as a storage space because I don't have enough storage space in this room, but also because it just allows you to really use it for whatever purposes you need. Right now, I don't know if you can see, let's see if you can see now. So, it's so bright. Okay, so let's see, right there, boom. So we have a Sigma 18-35, my Pen F, and then my filter pouch, but you can easily see that there's plenty more space in here to fit stuff. And that's why this bag, or that's why this cube is really, really nice for when it comes to traveling, pretty much anything. For work, like I said, I just put a minimal amount of camera gear in here, but still it does the job really well. Another thing that makes this perfect for customization is how many pockets there are. There are pockets on pockets on pockets. And the nice thing is, like 90% of them are weather sealed. They all have the AquaGuard, the YKK AquaGuard zippers. I'm not gonna act like I know anything about zippers or like how bags are made, but I just know that they're that. material and zipper. So here you have the quick access pocket here. It's quick access, so it has a nice felt lined material inside of it. It's very, very soft, and for me, I put my headphones in there. I put my wireless and wired headphones in there. I put extra batteries in there. I'll occasionally put my cell phone or my sunglasses in there. Normally, I kind of just put those things, you know, on my body, but sometimes I'll put my sunglasses up here, but really it's just for me to get to whatever I need immediately. I always need headphones for some reason, so I just keep those right up here. Kind of semi-quick access zipper that I like quite a bit actually is this side zipper that is right here. So there it is, you can see that. So it actually unzips right here, opens up, and then there's a little key hook inside there, but I actually don't use it for that reason. Again, I actually just put my keys in my pocket like 90% of other people. So for the most part, I actually just use that to put my audio recorders in, and that's about it. I just put my audio recorders in there. I put my audio recorders in there, and they fit perfectly. I can fit 2 in here, and then I just zip it right up. And the other nice thing about all the pockets and zippers on this bag is, except for the quick access compartment for the camera, is that everything has a little zipper garage. So it has one of these guys right here. So you're not worrying about if your zipper is going to flood or get water in it, get water in it or anything like that. You can actually just tuck it in there nicely, and it seals everything up. And it also makes it a little bit harder for people to actually notice that there's a zipper there. The only thing they would see is the pull, and the pulls are actually pretty indiscreet. Also have this side pocket here that is attached to the door of the camera cube, and there's actually there's actually 3 places in here where you can actually put batteries, and it actually fits up to one of these big bad boys, which is a BLH1, which runs the EM1 Mark II. So for size comparison, this is the BLN1 compared to the BLH1. So quite a big battery. This is probably actually a little bit bigger and far less slimmer than like an LPE6, and I'm able to fit one of these in there. I mean, I could fit them in all 3 compartments, but I only have 2 batteries, so I only need to fit 1 in there. But then I also put my cards, my SD card cardigan from Think Tank in there as well. So then I have extra SD cards and a very easy place to access them. Bag here. So I use this for pens and pencils, and also just to put my credentials in. It's just the best pocket for that, because there really is no organizational panel for pens, pencils, you know, business cards, that sort of thing. So in that regard, this bag does kind of fall short, but I found that this is actually just a really good pocket to put those types of things in. It can fit up to a fairly large size, like note card. I figure a 3x5 note card actually fits along this back pocket very easily. You can see how deep it is. Fit my whole hand in there. So, and then it's just kind of, it's fairly discreet as a back pad. So most people just glancing at it might not notice that it's a zipper, but if you look at it long enough, you'll probably notice that there's a zipper and that it's a pocket. But you also, again, I don't know if you can really see that, but right here, there is another little garage for your zipper. So I actually just tuck that in there, keeps it from dangling, making noise, and just looks very discreet. And makes it just that much harder to notice that it's actually a pocket. And I think this is the final, yeah, this is the final zipper. So you have just this big, obvious zip along the front. I put all my notepads in here. You'll hear this a lot from these types of pockets, that everything just kind of falls to the bottom, which is 100% true. It would have been nice if they had, like, you know, stitched something here in the middle and then maybe like 2 zippers, then you could have a top and a bottom, but they didn't, so that's fine. But for the most part, I kind of just put notepads in here. I might put some like a beef jerky thing in here too. Again, just a quick access to the things that I really need in life, which is beef jerky and notepads. Moving on from customization, we go to comfort. This bag is super comfy. The back pad here took some time to break in, but once it did break in, it's fantastic. I can carry this thing for hours on hours on end. It's super comfortable, and I love wearing it. These straps They may not look super thick or like substantial, but they actually have some really, really good padding. And then a lot of nice, you know, kind of, I think these are molly clips. Is that what they're called? Something like that, molly, whatever. And you can attach mollies to them. I don't know what a molly is, but I don't know why you would want to attach her to it. So yeah, I really like the comfort level that you have with this bag. I mean, it's just, this is a semi-rigid back panel here, so it does kind of, you know, flex and mold and things. So it kind of almost like surrounds your back and just like comfort. And I really have come to enjoy this. The only downside to this is that the ventilation isn't that great. There are channels on the back, but they don't really work that well. They should have made, I think, the channels along here a little bit larger, so more air can pass through the bottom and then work its way up through the top, but they didn't, so I have to live with that. But for the most part, this bag is really, really nice. I'm glad I didn't get it in black for that reason, because if I did get it in black, it would just make the bag that much hotter. This is the blue, if you couldn't tell. I know the lighting's kind of weird, but this is the blue. I forget what it's called. It's like acacia blue or something like that. I don't remember. You have the sternum strap here that you can use. That is, I believe it is removable. It might be. I don't know. I can't remember. Might have to ask someone else about that. And then you do have the 100% for sure removable waist belt, because it's somewhere over there right now in my closet. But yeah, they just attach on right here, and they're fantastic. I love using them. They're really comfy. The nice thing about them is that not only do they have the same quality level of padding that you get on the shoulder straps, but they also, on the right pad, I believe it is, there's a little zipper, little mesh zipper, and I found that you can actually fit up to about a 72 millimeter filter in there. I don't use it to like store my filters or anything, but when I'm switching lenses and I want to take my variable neutral density off and, you know, hold it for when I put the next lens on, that's the same millimeter size, just thread it right on and I don't have to like worry about all that sort of stuff. It's pretty easy to work with. So yeah, that's another nice thing. Comfort level, and also just another pocket to put stuff in. But this bag isn't all positives, unfortunately. I wish it was, but it's just not. So the biggest thing about this bag that kind of is inconvenient is actually how big it is. And this is really only for the 31 liter size. I figure if you have the 21, you're probably fine, because it's actually a really good size bag if you are running a smaller mirrorless system. But I kind of overestimated how much gear I would be carrying on a daily basis, and kind of got this bag with the mindset of like full loadout. I need as much stuff as possible. Which is nice from time to time, but for most of the time, it's a little bit of overkill. So this bag is big. It's not like 40 liter massive big, but if you're just, you know, kind of going back and forth to work, I feel like the 21 would be a good fit, or even going with the Duo backpack that they just came out with. Those are both, I think the Provoke 21 is 21 liters and the Duo is 20 liters. So there's the liters worth of difference. So I feel like this bag can be a little bit too bulky, a little bit too big from time to time, and I don't really use all the space. As you can see, the roll top is pretty tightly rolled up right now, and that's how it is about 90% of the time, if I'm not using it for really anything else but going to work or just kind of, you know, mucking around town. That's pretty much just rolled up tight like this. It is nice though when I do take off my jacket that I don't have to like, you know, do weird, you know, I have to like put it between the straps. I have a place to put it. I can just open this up, stuff it in there, roll it back up, done. I don't have to really worry about it, think about it, or anything like that. It just makes life that much easier when I am doing, you know, other things. I can just stuff it in there, don't have to worry about it anymore. Someone stealing it, losing it, whatever. It's in the bag and it's fine. But other than that, it is kind of just a little bit too big. So the other thing that I really don't like about this bag, and it's not even really the bag, it's actually just this, the camera cube. I think I'm gonna have a clip in here showing the inside of this bag's camera cube, because I have two. That one is a lot less, you know, a lot less padding in it, and I realized that when you don't have much padding in it, it reduces the amount of actual security that you have within the bag, because of the nature of how things are made for the padding, because it's all kind of on this, you know, centipede kind of, I don't know if that's the right word, but I'll show you here. So you can actually kind of like flexi it and it folds and molds and all this sort of stuff, which is great if you're trying to really get the most out of the bag and really customize it to work how you need it to. But if you are trying to make sure that your gear is secure and things keep flexing back and forth because there's nothing in front of or behind that padding to keep it from doing that, things tend to move around a little bit, which is kind of annoying. So I actually had to start securing down my gear. So like with this Sigma that I have here, right down inside here, what I would do if this was my 40 to 150 is I would actually just take this pad here and then just put it on top, and that way it doesn't fly out. So there's the Sigma under there, there's the pad on top there, and just so it doesn't fly out, because that's really annoying and kind of scary. Because I remember one day I opened my bag and my 4150 was like tilted on the top of all the padding and it wasn't even in anything. So I was like, ooh, this isn't good. So I started doing that securing thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it took me a while to kind of think of things that I didn't really like about the bag, or that kind of like irk me about the bag. Not that I don't like the things that I just mentioned, but just kind of like little tiny annoyances. And those are about it. I mean, this is a solid bag. I think if you're looking for a really good bag to last you a really long time and be able to be used for anything at all, whatever your heart desires and whatever you can imagine as far as customization goes, this is a great bag to go with. Just be mindful of what size you go with. Really think out if you want to go with a 31. It is a decently sized bag. You can fit a lot of stuff in here because of this roll top. It does expand to, I think, an extra 5 liters. I might be wrong in that. It might be actually 10 liters. So this bag can get to nearly 40 liters or over 40 liters, which is a big bag to be carrying. But like I said, it's super comfy to carry anyways. So overall, my feelings on this bag after a year of using it is a big thumbs up. I don't think you'll hear a different answer from any person. Everyone will kind of have their little, niggles and complaints about the bag, but I think for the most part, this is a super solid bag. And for the price point, I think you are getting a lot for the money. It's not just an expensive bag for the sake of being an expensive bag. I think they actually did a really good job on the build quality and thinking things out. And the fact that they are continuing to develop new camera cubes and ways of using this bag is great. It shows that they're not just leaving this system behind and moving on to something new. They're going to Wandrd is going to keep investing into this bag and making sure that its users are getting the most out of it. So if you are interested in this bag, make sure to head over to their website, or you can go to your local camera store. Make sure to hit the buttons that you need to make sure that you know when things happen with me. I'm not uploading that frequently, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is like totally just a fluke that I actually had some time today. So if you do see a video by me, I hope you watch it. I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.